And we are back with more of Zero's story in Mega Man X4, and this time we're going to be going after Jet Stingray. Let's see, Jet Stingray stage is one of the rarer stages in this game because this is the stage that's actually the exact same with both X and Zero. I mean, either way, you're doing a ride chaser section, and unfortunately they didn't really change anything between X and Zero, so this is going to be one of the shorter ones that I end up doing. I mean, in the sense that the stage is very short anyway, provided that you don't die a lot. But at the same time, let's see, what was I gonna say? I said it's gonna be shorter because I'm just gonna edit out most of the stuff, such as the entire first section. But either way, that's one thing I do like about Mega Man X8 was that they did mix up like they do have a ride chaser section in that game, but they do mix it up pretty well between depending on which character you use. So that's one thing I do appreciate. But at the same time, this was a pretty neat idea for what it was. Let's see, yeah, and then what we're doing is just going through this stage again. So, just like before, I'm gonna dash into Jet Stingray and make sure he doesn't fire off those little stingrays, because those things can catch up to you in a hurry. And here, I just gotta get this up tank. And I don't really know why I keep running into this problem, but I just don't jump in time. But anyway, now that all that's over with, let's just go ahead and fight this thing, or this guy. So, yeah, I mean, the dialogue's a little bit different, but at the same time, well, yeah, he's just more straight and to the point this time than he was with X. Let's see, the thing with Jet Stingray here is that you have to, use your double jump effectively. And this is one guy that's actually a lot harder to beat with Zero. I mean, go figure. What I'm trying to do is just catch him when he's doing his diving, and then trying to freeze him that way. And I mean, as you can see, I'm having a lot of trouble with the timing. But yeah, this is one guy that's a lot harder with Zero because you have to get up close to him, whereas with X you can just stick to the wall and then take shots at him from there. But yeah, that's pretty much what Frost Walrus's downward strike does, which is a really useful weapon when you think about it. I think one of the biggest problems I had when I was playing with Zero was I just kept like running into things instead of while trying to attack them. Well, that was just my own fault for being stupid. I mean, that one Stingray. But yeah, going back to that, one big problem I had was I just kept running into things when I was trying to slash them. And that's just a recurring theme in this game. Let's see, and here I almost end up getting killed. I don't really know how that happened, but at the same time, I only got hit about 4 or 5 times in this entire stage. But then again, that's what happens when your damage output's as bad as it is. And that was either really clutch or really lucky. I'm just gonna go with the first one. But anyway, that's like one of the best counters I've thrown since Fight Night Champion. But with all that said, that is the end of Jet Stingray, and we got ourselves another useful ability. And that ability's name is Kyaku, which is going to be the air dash pretty much. And unfortunately you can't do the double jump and then the air dash. You can only do one jump and then air dash, which is unfortunate, but at the same time that would have been a little game breaking if you could double jump and air dash. Oh, with all that said, we are going to Slash Beast level yet, or again. And the thing with Slash Beast level is that it's actually really easy with Zero. It's just that the boss is gonna give people a ton of fits, as it did me, as you will see. And here I try to be fancy, and then that did not really work out the way I wanted it to. So let's see, where was I? Yeah, we're just trying to make it to the end of this stage, and really the easy way to do this is just get in between the cannons and then just slash them. And that's what I really love about the spinning attack, but I mean, it's still a very powerful spinning attack. It's just that they didn't really perfect it until X5. Which, I'll be honest with you, I'm not really sure when I'm going to be able to record that one. But, I mean, we'll just have to see. So let's see, on to Area 2, and pretty much we're just doing the same idea of breaking a lot of boxes and then making sure these enemies die a swift and painful death. So let's see, what else was there? Yeah, see, I need the right armor, and unfortunately none of Zero's abilities break blocks like the kind with the right armor, but, you know, at the same time, they do a good job of, I guess, making sure that X and Zero are on the same playing field. That's not significantly easier with one person than it is with the other, but I mean, it's just that I find the stages to be easier with Zero, like it goes faster, but at the same time, the bosses are definitely a lot tougher. So, I mean, just some more dialogue. And Slash Beast is probably one of the hardest boss fights with Zero, mainly because you don't have any means of resetting his pattern. So you really do have to know his pattern, and at the same time, he's also really unpredictable with those twin slashers. As you can see, I'm just getting murdered by those attacks. Let's see, I do try and at least make it a decent fight, but yeah, see, that's one thing that does happen in the X collection, is that sometimes he just roars at you over and over again. I don't really know why it does that, but it just happens. Okay, take two. And this one goes a little bit better, but not really that much better, as you can see. Yeah, the biggest problem I had early on was just avoiding his twin slashers. I do a much better job of that this time. Yeah, that's one thing I hate about Web Spider's attack, is that it just, you know, takes a while to reset. And the double jump's actually really useful for avoiding that attack, which is one thing I really do appreciate about this double jump. And see, I somehow got out of the way that time. I don't really know how. But so much for that. So either way, yeah, I mean, this is one that does take a much longer time. And you kind of don't want to attack him whenever he does that, like, claw thing. And see, here I just wasn't really aware and then got hurt by that thing, but at the same time, that is the end of Slash Beast. So let's see, with this, or with Slash Beast, you get a dashing slash, which is actually pretty useful when you know how to time it right. But at the same time, the timing of that thing is really tricky. And I don't really use it all that much, but at the same time, it is a decent attack because it does do a lot of damage. So now on to our final Maverick, and that is going to be Storm Owl. And I left Storm Owl for last because I don't really find his ability to be all that useful, but at the same time, it does have its moments. So let's just get into it. And see, the stage is going to be pretty much the same. You just want to get to the right armor as fast as you can. And then, I really do like the U-Engine. It's a really useful attack for taking out these airships. So let's just get to the end of that. And then, let's see, one thing is that you do want to get here with a double jump. I mean, it's not really mandatory to beat this stage, but at the same time, it really helps. And yeah, unfortunately, I had no real way of getting out of the way of that, which is unfortunate. And see, here I just got too cute trying to double jump, and then it's actually easier when you dash jump. But yeah, really the double jump only helps with the first section of the stage. It doesn't really help that much with this section. Which I guess would make sense because, you know, as I've said before, giving one character a big advantage over the other just wouldn't be the great game design. Because the way the level design works in this game is that it has to be, I guess, set up so that both X and Zero can succeed since they are playing through the same levels. So as long as you just give them the proper means to succeed, I mean, the level design is pretty well, the level design's pretty well done. But here we are fighting Storm Owl. You can actually reset his pattern with a Giga attack, which I do a few times. And especially that part where he dives at you. If he does that and gets a hold of you and slams you to the ground, it does a lot of damage. And of course, him running into you does a lot of damage too. But unfortunately, that's just the way this boss fight goes. Let's see, I think I do wait until he's in a different position before I actually use the Giga attack on him. And that's really the easy way to deal with him. Yeah, see, there it is, right there. It's one of those, in case you're in trouble, you can just use it to get yourself out of it. I mean, that's really the way I find the easiest. Let's see, with all that said, we're almost done here. Don't know what I was doing there. I think I was trying to get fancy with a slash beast attack. And with that, we are done with Storm Owl. And let's see, what Storm Owl gives us is the ability to slice through some shots with the Z-Saber. And it's not really clear as to what particular shots. They just say energy shots, but it's projectiles, and I'm not really sure like how clear they were on what you can slice and what you can't. But with all that said, I will see you in part 4.